You're listening to the Outer Banks This Week podcast, a place for people to hear what's going on up and down the beach and to get the truth about what really goes on around the Outer Banks. So, are you ready? Here we go.
Thank you so much, Wes. Outer Banks This Week podcast, episode 131. And it's all brought to you by Kelly's Automotive in Manteo, right there on your left when you're coming into Manteo, in between the Good Time Dog Retreat or Good Dog Retreat or something. Again, it's the old Big Al's. I'm still going to call it Big Al Soda Fountain and Grill. I love that place, miss that place. But again, it's right before that, just past Jump Masters Trampoline Park, okay? Coming into Manteo, I'd say it's maybe between a half and a quarter mile, or quarter mile and a half mile, and I can get my numbers right, past the stoplight right there at the intersection, the Manteo-Wanchese intersection, or Midway intersection, as some people like to call it. Lots of great vehicles on the lot. I was looking at them just the other day. I actually went with a friend of mine who was looking at a work van and test drove one with him. You may know who I'm talking about, my buddy Clint Godwin Farm Bureau. Went and rode in a vehicle with him. He was testing one out. He's getting a work van for something. But anyway, regardless of all that, if you want it, they can find it at Kelly's Automotive in Manteo. Now, I've been on the hunt with them for a not new. I don't want anything brand new, but a newer vehicle for my wife. And they are being very, very precise about what they're looking for. I gave them a little bit of a range, but Kelly, like I said, Kelly and Dakota over there, very, very good at what they do. Check them out online at kellysobxauto.com. And if you get a chance to go hang out with Kelly and Dakota and the crowd over there, guarantee you're going to have a good time because they are some wonderful folks. Again, online, kellysobxauto.com. Hey, look, you know what? If it wasn't for the fine folks over at Outer Banks Pest Control to power this vessel, I mean, you got the ones that bring the ship to port, but then you got to put the fuel in the tank to get it going. And that would be the fine people, the fine folks over at Outer Banks Pest Control, online at outerbanks-pestcontrol.com. I actually went in there just the other day, hung out with Jessie, talked to her for a few minutes. And let me tell you again, I feel like a broken record, but it rings so true that she is one of the sweetest, kindest people I've ever met in my life. Very polite, very nice, very wonderful. I mean, I guess it's kind of the yin and the yang, because Kelly can be a little rough around the edges from time to time, because she's married to Kelly at Kelly's OBX Auto. So again, Jesse, wonderful folks, happy to get rid of all the different pests in your life. And I'm not talking about your kids or your husbands or your wives. I'm talking about varmints like rice, creepy crawlies, the roaches, the rats, whatever. Outer Banks Pest Control would be happy to assist you. Again, online at outerbanks-pestcontrol.com. Let me apologize, okay? Last week, as you very well may have already noticed, there was no podcast, okay? Got really busy, all right? I hit like a little bit of a wall. I was just running, and I realized, oh my gosh, I haven't done a podcast this week. And I just started scrambling, and I started thinking, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to get this done in time. I'm not going to have a guest. It's just going to be me talking. And I know that sometimes that just gets redundant. And I was like, I'm not doing this. So I kind of emailed like my group here at the office, let them know, hey, look, no podcast this week. I apologize. Got one lined up for this week. I got some lined up for the next few weeks. But again, kind of hit like a little bit of a snag. So I apologize. Mr. Ryan, he reached out to me. Talked to a few folks that were like, hey, no podcast? And I was like, yeah, it's just what it is. And they're like, well, you need a break. And I'm like, no. It wasn't even that it was a break. It was more or less I had so many other things I'd been juggling that I just didn't get it done. So I'm just being honest. It's nobody's fault but my own. So I apologize. However, I am back and I do have a guest this week, and we'll talk about who that is here in just a few moments. And we've had some really, really interesting weather here lately. As I sit here and record this part of the podcast, it looks like it could potentially turn into a tropical storm sitting off the beach. I mean, it's blowing. I'm looking out my window right now at the office, and it's blowing and raining. Here it is. It is Monday, midday Monday. I'm recording this piece of the podcast. And regardless of that, this is supposed to be like a little weather system offshore that's moving onshore. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing's a tropical storm by the time it's all said and done. But again, don't know what the weather for. I don't see anything where it's like, oh, check this little system out that's going to be spinning up onto the Outer Banks. We could turn into it. I haven't seen anything in a weather forecast about it yet. I just follow the Windy app, which is what I tell everyone to look at, because the Windy app is actually pretty good. Windy will let you talk, will let you see some stuff. And then there's also Mike's weather page on Facebook. That guy's phenomenal. He goes through the ins and outs of all the different storms and the possibility of storms and all this fun stuff. So like, that's something that's going on right now. But it just over the last few weeks, it has been like a northeast wind, steady. And it's been very pleasant, honestly. It's been really more fall-like than it typically is this time of the year. In my history of being here on the Outer Banks and during all the seasons, it is typically still quite summery, if that makes any sense. I mean, temperatures in the, I'd say mid 80s. Your heat indexes are not quite what they normally are, what you see in July and August. But at this time of the year, I mean, we're still experiencing summer-like conditions. But over the last at least 2 weeks, no summer-like conditions. Northeast wind. I mean, since Labor Day weekend, realistically, northeast wind blowing, and it is just not, like I said, it's not been bad conditions. There's been some sunshine. We've had some really cloudy days too, but it's been more fall-like than it typically is this time of the year. I'm not that upset with it because I wasn't really in the mood for all the college football and things that I've been watching here lately because it just been so hot. And I really, in a lot of ways, wasn't ready for summer to be over because I didn't feel like I got to enjoy it as much. But at the same time, like now it's like, okay, here we are. It is college football season. It's NFL season. It's a great season. Fall is my favorite time of the year. Regardless, I mean, summer's a close second, but fall is definitely my favorite time of the year. Okay. Here on the Outer Banks. It's just a wonderful time. I love it. I love it. To say it's a favorite though, like, gosh, each one of the seasons around here, in my opinion, has its own uniqueness. So for me to call something my favorite season, I don't know. It's hard to do, but I will say that I do tend to favor the fall time of the year more than I do a lot of the other times of the year here. But regardless, that's just my thoughts. I'll tell you one thing I did do that was really cool this past weekend. I got to talk about this real quick. I took my oldest son, Austin, to Norfolk, Virginia on Friday evening. We went to Friday Night SmackDown at the Scope Arena. And let me tell you something. It was one heck of a show. Action-packed the entire time. Brock Lesnar was there. My oldest was so stoked to see Brock Lesnar. He wants to see John Cena, but I told him, I was like, bud, let's not get our hopes up on John Cena because John Cena's on his retirement tour right now. But like Brock Lesnar, to see him was actually pretty rad. So great time at the Norfolk Scope. Had a fantastic time. Oh, what are we talking about this week? So Gino from Lost Colony Tavern, he's going to be joining the show this week. We're going to be talking about Halloween Island and all that is involved with Halloween Island. I believe that's going on October 3rd through the 31st, if I've got my dates correct. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Halloween Island, October 3rd through the 31st. 13 bars, 13 inns, 13 shops, 13 events. You can see more at HalloweenIsland.com. Again, Gino will be in here in just a little while to talk about that. So that's what we got this week. Thinking about news. Oh, there's nothing jumping off the page at me, really. I mean, there is news, obviously, but there's nothing that's really grabbing me that I feel like I need to really shine a lot of light on here on the podcast. But as I've always said, you know what to do. Go see my man, Sam Walker, the Grand Slam. Woo! Sam Walker at SamWalkerOBXNews.com. SamWalkerOBXNews.com. Recapping what I did a couple of weeks ago when I went down to Hatteras. I really felt like it was necessary to get their perspective on why things happen the way they do when storms come around. Because honestly, me sitting in the second floor of a building in downtown Manteo trying to tell you about how things are going in Hatteras I just feel like it's better coming straight from them. I mean, I can do the best I can to describe it, but nobody's really going to do it the amount of justice that it deserves, like those that are experiencing it on a regular basis. So that's why I decided, I was like, you know what, I'm going to take the show on the road, and we're going to go down and talk to the folks down in Hatteras and see exactly how they prepared, how they planned, and what they experienced and how they felt about everything. So I was happy to be able to do that. And I love taking the show on the road. Anytime I get an opportunity to take the show on the road, I do it. I will be taking the show on the road next week, and Lord willing, I'll be taking it on the road again the week after that. So I got some things lined up, hopefully in the coming weeks, where I'm out and about. Oh gosh, Captain Marty, you know what? Can't say enough great things about the captain. Fishing reports, the stories, you can see them all on our website, OuterBanksThisWeek.com. Click on the Captain Marty tab, and you can listen to all of his stuff in its entirety right there. If that's too much for you to remember, go to Google, type in the word captain and the word Marty, and it's the first thing that pops up on Google. There. Simple as that. I mean, the captain, we've been riding around a little bit here together lately. We've been I feel like if we're not in Norfolk, Virginia, we're in Little Washington. If we're not in Little Washington, we're in Belhaven. If we're not in Belhaven, we're in Greenville. When the captain needs an escort, and I'm talking about a driver or someone to get him from point A to point B safely, not that kind of escort, you clowns, but just someone to get him where he needs to be, the captain calls on me. That just seems to be how it goes, and I'm happy to do it. Don't think I'm complaining, because I enjoy every minute I get to spend with Captain Marty. So, again, listen to all of his stories, fishing reports, his Other Side of Fishing show online at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. Quick break. When we come back, I got a shout out that I'm going to give. I only got one. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. And see, I used to have this thing where anytime I would tell somebody I was giving them a shout out, I would write it down, or I would put it in my shared doc. And I kind of got away from that, but now I legit have a shout out, at least one. So if I forgot you, let me know and I'll make sure to get you. But I have one coming up in just a moment. Still running your business ads on FM radio? Are the radio stations providing you with analytics? The answer to that is no, but we can at Outer Banks This Week in Manio. We can take your audio ad and place it inside of streaming apps, just like the one you're listening on right now. That's right, we place ads in streaming apps people actually listen to. Want to know how? Email us today, audio@OuterBanksThisWeek.com, and leave FM radio in the past. That's audio@OuterBanksThisWeek.com. All right, so it's time to jump into those shout outs. And again, if you're a listener to the podcast, let me know. Email me. I love talking to you. I love talking to you. Justin at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. And again, I extend that courtesy out a little further as well, simply because if you are here on vacation, you listen to the podcast, you're like, man, I can't wait until next week's podcast to get this information, because I'm here now. Email me and say, hey, Justin, I'm here. What do you think about this? How do you feel about that? Give me some places to go for this. Give me some things to think about for that. I'm happy to share whatever little bit of limited knowledge I may have to you to help you have the best vacation possible. Okay. Justin at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. So my shout out this week is going to go to Miss Whitney Nolenberg, or Dr. Nolenberg. All right, Whitney. I met Whitney back in the springtime. She has been, so this is what she's the associate professor for Parks and Rec and Tourism Management at the Department of Extension Leadership and Extension Specialist. She is Tourism Extension, North Carolina State University. And Whitney has been here on assignment. She's been staying in Corolla, and she's been here on an assignment from NC State. I think she took, what do they call it, a sabbatical? I don't know what the technical terms are, though, but sweetheart of a person. And she's been here on the Outer Banks to try and, in a lot of ways, help solve the workforce issues that we're having, some of the housing issues. She's really involved, and she does a lot of studies, and she's somebody that I was like, wow, this girl really knows her stuff. She's really got it going on. Very smart, very knowledgeable, very into it with the community. And she's got a big workforce summit. Let me see if I can find the information on that. I have it in my email. Oh gosh, workforce summit that's coming up in November. I want to say it's November 13th. She is going to be doing this thing. And I don't have all the details. I will get all those details. And again, actually, excuse me, it's the 12th. It's going to be on the 12th, November 12th. And she is going to be doing all of these things there. Let me pull up all this information. You can go to obxworkforcenetwork.org to see. All right, the 12th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Coastal Studies Institute in Wanchee. So I'm going to try to get her in here to talk more about this in the near future, because I believe this is a very important piece of the puzzle that we have to constantly move and shake around the pieces here on the Outer Banks. So I just wanted to give her a shout out. And again, this workforce summit that she's putting together, I'm going to get her to come in. We'll do a little standalone with her to talk more about that, because I believe it's very interesting. It's very important. And hopefully it'll stir some interest and some people will turn out for it. So that's my shout out for this week, Miss Whitney. Here's what I leave you with. Keep being awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. And I'm telling you right now, like, just stay persistent, stay behind it. And we thank you for focusing your energy here and doing a lot of research and homework and looking at the different dynamics of the diversities of our communities here on the Outer Banks and trying to help us resolve some issues that we may be having. So I really, really thank you for putting all of your energy here. You're definitely an asset. My friend Macy says the same thing. So that is your shout out. And I know you've been listening to the podcast, so I really, really appreciate you. Just wanted you to know that we do think about this stuff a lot, and the fact that you're here to help solve it is amazing. All right, take another break. Let's take another break. When we come back, Gino will have been here, or he will be here rather, talk about Halloween Island here on Roanoke Island.
Hey y'all, Captain Marty here. And when I was looking for a top quality mower, I went to the best. And the best is A&W Sales in Pinetown. Now at A&W Sales, they carry top quality brands like the Bad Boy zero-turn mowers, of which I own one now for 15 years. American-made, heavy-duty machines built to handle anything from backyard touch-ups to commercial jobs. They've proudly sold and serviced Bad Boy mowers for over 15 years. How about if you're in need of a trailer? A&W Sales carries the full line of Big Tex trailers, the best-selling trailer brand in the entire nation. Visit them in-store or online at awsalesnc.com, where tough equipment meets trusted service.
Red Drum Tackle in Buxton is the oldest complete tackle shop at Cape Hatteras. And being the closest tackle shop to Cape Point, Red Drum Tackle has been welcoming fishermen to Hatteras Island with a wide selection of bait and tackle, skilled custom rod builds, rod and reel repair, expert knowledge and information since 1974. Red Drum Tackle knows how, when, and where to fish. To acquire this fishing brain power, visit them online at reddrumtackle.com. Red Drum Tackle, the oldest complete tackle shop at Cape Hatteras and the closest to Cape Point in Buxton.
All right, as promised, I got a gentleman sitting across from me right now that, again, he really doesn't need much of an introduction. If you've been around downtown Manteo, you've seen him around. If you have been to any of the events that take place in downtown Manteo, good chance you've bumped into him. And I know that if you've been to the Lost Colony Tavern, you've definitely seen him. Good chance you've talked with him. A good chance he's probably interacted with you in some way, shape, or form. The man, the myth, the legend, Gino, everybody. Woo!
What's up, Justin? How are you?
Man, I'll tell you what, I'm having a good day. It's a great day to be on the Outer Banks. And we've had some really interesting weather here lately.
We have.
You know what? I know it doesn't put a hitch in your giddy up, baby. I know that you don't ever really slow down. I mean, what have you been up to lately?
Man, we had a great summer. We just kept barreling through. Every time we thought it was going to slow down, it just didn't slow down. So, knock on wood, it's a great thing. And now that we're post Labor Day, we are out of tourist season and we are into locals season. So now all the fun starts and we get to gear up for a lot of good times ahead.
So you got, we'll talk about Halloween Island here in just a little bit, but you've got Oktoberfest starting soon.
That is starting, yes, this Saturday.
This Saturday. Okay. Yeah. This Saturday being the 20th?
20th of September, yeah.
Yeah, man, my days are all running together. And now that goes from the 20th through when?
That'll run through, we match the same dates as the Munich Festival.
That's right, you do.
Festival. So this year, Oktoberfest is running from September 20th through October 5th, which is a Sunday.
Okay.
But this year, it actually intersects with the launch of our Halloween Island event, which you just mentioned.
Okay.
So that actually launches on First Friday
That's October 3rd, right?
October 3rd, yeah.
Okay.
So we'll be kind of that weekend. It'll be kind of the end of Oktoberfest and the beginning of Halloween Island. So we've got it's going to be a heck of a weekend, man.
Well, and the thing is, for it to be a first Friday, you're going to have Oktoberfest going on with Halloween Island. I mean, it sounds like it's going to be like one of those like perfect storms of like activities to be participating in and to go and hang out in.
For sure. And also the that'll be day 2 of the kickoff event for Halloween Island, which actually starts the day before on Thursday. We're having a pre-launch party at the Pioneer Theater.
Okay.
Because the Halloween International Film Festival runs that weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It's brought to the Outer Banks by OBX Entertainment and Halloween Daily News.
Okay.
Matt and Sue Arts, they do some amazing stuff over there, man. And they're going to be doing their film festival. We'll be doing a 1-day early sale on the Halloween Island t-shirts and passports only at the Pioneer Theater on Thursday the 2nd. And then at the first Friday, the monthly First Friday street party here in downtown Mania, we go headlong into Halloween Island. So, and the film festival will be running that whole weekend as well.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit more about Halloween Island after I say this, because I do want to say something about Gino right now. So I want to say it was probably back in like January or February. Phone rings. Gino. What's up, Gino? He's like, man, I am putting together an awesome event for Halloween this year. It's going to be called Halloween Island. And you were trying to get some contact information for some different people to help maybe pull this thing together. So, people a lot of times will think they're like, well, this stuff, they started planning this in August. No, like Gino is so forward thinking. I'm willing to bet he's already thinking about he's already thinking about St. Patrick's Day right now.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like there's things that you're already like looking way down the road at to go ahead and get yourself ready for that. People don't understand that, like, that's what one of the beautiful things about you is that you are always trying, like, all right, I've got this part going now and really need to take some of my mental bandwidth and shift it over here just a little bit so I can start acknowledging that I got to start planning for this.
Sure.
But
if you're only looking at your hood ornament, you're going to run off the road.
There you go. If you're only looking at the hood ornament, you're going to run off the road. Well, you've kept her between the buoys fairly well. I'm going to say it that way. So back to Halloween Island. Now, you said something about passports. What are the passports for?
So the passport is all right. Let's Halloween Island. It's a little bit, but that's okay. It's all right. No, it's fine. It's your podcast.
Well, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. Help me out.
So the whole Halloween Island event is it's basically trick or treating for adults.
Okay.
But when I say that, it's trick or treating for adults in a family friendly environment. So you'll be able to bring the kids. There's plenty to do. So what it does, it consists of 13 themed Halloween bars, each with their own unique individual sub Halloween theme. And then we've included the retail shops are 13 spooky shops. And then we have all the hotels in town are participating with our 13 eerie inns. And then we have 13 unique Halloween seasonal events and experiences that are also part of this thing. So the passport, as you asked about, is the adult portion of the fun. So we've also partnered since we're doing bars. We partnered with Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Okay,
and so they've come on board. They're spectacular folks, and they're not sticks in the mud. They want adults to be able to have fun with other adults in an adult environment. Right. They just want people to not get behind the wheel.
Of course.
So the reason they've partnered with us is because that we're doing exactly that. We're allowing adults to have fun without the need to ever get behind the wheel. So most of Halloween Island is contained within a state sanctioned social district where you can walk around the streets and go from place to place to place without, no worries. You can carry your beverage with you.
Right.
And then the few that are not inside the social district, we have the incredible people over at Outer Banks Adventures, Jamie and Shannon Moore.
Yep.
And they're providing bus transportation to and from the hotels and to the 2 bars on either side that are uptown and at Pirates Cove. So you could literally come into town, get to your hotel, park your car, and then, on a Friday or a Thursday and have 3 days of fun and never even touch your car again until Sunday night and not miss a thing. So that's the great thing about Halloween Island. There's no limit to the fun. And so, yeah, man, it's we're looking forward to it.
So when you say 3 days, do you mean, so basically what we're looking at is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every weekend through the entire month?
It is every Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Friday,
throughout
Saturday.
October. Yeah. So it's 13 nights.
Yes.
And it starts on you could tell this 13 thing is running through.
I was going to say that, but there's something about 13 with like the 13 ghouls of Halloween or 13 ghosts of Halloween or something about the 13.
13 is just a Halloweeny number.
I don't know,
Justin.
man. There's something about it. I know there's got to be a story behind it, but I don't know what it is.
But going back to 13 and to answer your question, with the 13 bar, that's the adult portion of the passport. You have 13 Halloween themed bars. So we have a vampire bar. We've got a zombie apocalypse bar. We have a haunted house bar. Everybody's got their own unique individual theme. And you can check all that out at the Halloween Island Facebook page or Instagram and see what we're doing. But so the adults can go stroll from place to place to place, from bar to bar to bar, and they get a stamp in their passport. And once they complete that passport, they can take it and turn that in at one of the shops to redeem it for their passport redemption reward, which is this year a super cool refrigerator magnet designed by, of course, the amazingly talented Britain Moondog Ricketts.
Yes.
Who does all of the art for Halloween Island. And you can look at it all year long. But then also on that passport, we didn't want to leave the kids out because, hey, you got to bring the fam.
Yeah, of course.
So, and we also wanted to include the retail shops around town. So what we did is we have a children's portion of the passport, which is the kids challenge. And the kids can go to each of the retail shops and get a stamp of their very own in their own section of the passport. And then they can redeem it for their completed passport for their own completion reward. It's a lot of fun.
It is. I was looking at the name. So if you can find Halloween Island on Facebook, just type in Halloween Island and it pops right up. And I was looking at this graphic here that, Britain Moondog created. It's definitely really cool. And I know you have that in a t-shirt form. You getting it soon, or have you got them yet? Or the
t-shirts are coming very soon. And that is the final design that you're looking at on your screen, which all of you listeners out there can hop over to Halloween Island on Facebook or Instagram or Threads, and you can check out the design. But that's the final t-shirt.
Put me down for a 2X, Gino. All right. Just make sure you hold me one of those. All right.
Come on, man. You're slimming down. You're probably
get real
now.
No way. It'd be like a schmedium. Anyway, so you got Ghost Colony. That's you.
Ghost Colony Tavern is us for the fourth year in a row. Yeah.
Ghost Colony Tavern, the Haunted House Bar. Then we've got New Veins, the Vampire Bar.
Yep. So that's New Vines, our local wine shop, our local wine. It's a great place. And they're Vampire Bar, New Veins.
New Veins, Gortega's.
Yep.
Your Zombie Apocalypse Bar, which is Ortega's. Gortega's. I like it. Poor Richard's Witchcraft Bar. That would be, of course, Poor Richard's. Dead Sailors Society. Ghost Ship Bar, that would be
Outer Banks Distilling.
Who
makes Kill Devil rum. Yeah, so the distillery is part of this thing. Yeah,
Platform 15, the Harry Potter Bar, Platform 15/8/7.
15. So
I'm not a Harry Potter guy. So I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me.
Clearly, so 1587 Lounge, which is located inside Tranquil House Inn.
Yep.
Is that last year they were for Halloween Island, they were the Harry Potter bar, and they're for those non-Harry Potter people, platform whatever it is in the Harry Potter books in 9 3/4 is that?
Is that like at Hogwarts or something?
Yeah, so it's on the way to Hogwarts. So anyway, but this year not only is the bar participating, but also the hotel is also rebranding as part of this. So instead of the Tranquil House Inn, they are the Tranquil Hollows Inn.
Tranquil Hollows.
So yeah, and they did some amazing stuff with Halloween
awesome.
Island last year. I mean, just walking through, and they had floating candles throughout the bar and all these themed cocktails. Everybody does a great job.
Yeah, dude, that's great. Frankentender's Mad Scientist Bar. That'd be Fire Tender, correct?
Tender, huh? Yeah.
All right. Phantom's Haunted Opera Bar.
So that is Old Tom's.
Old Tom's.
Right next to us right here. Yeah, right next door to you.
Phantoms. Got it.
Yeah.
Then we can say Phantoms.
So it's a Phantom of the Opera bar. So the original 1925 silent movie, the first Universal monster movie. I remember the 31 classics.
Yes.
But this is before that. There was a silent film that was really the first one. And she's doing amazing stuff over there, Belinda Keller.
Madame Olive's Haunted Mansion Bar.
So that's Nicole over at Olive's,
Yes.
the Greek restaurant, the incredible Greek place here in town.
Yes, it is. Very good.
Right on the waterfront. And so, yeah, Nicole has made Olive's as Madame Olive's. She's a haunted mansion bar.
Okay, so we've got Witches on the Scuppernog Potions Bar.
Yep, that's Vineyards on the Scuppernog.
Vineyards on the Scuppernog. All right, Mimi's Murder Hut Slasher Bar.
Yep, so that's we had to have a movie maniacs bar. So Mimi's Tiki Hut over at Pirates Cove jumped on board. Those guys are super excited for this, and they're decorating up. They got the Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger, and they're having a great time. They got cocktails to match. And
Okay. Vicky B's.
it's Vicky B's.
Vicky B. Okay, I was looking at it. I was like, Vicky B's. Okay, that sounds like a spin on Beetlejuice.
It is, and she's a pop-up Beetlejuice bar. That's Vicky Basnight's new place, right here on the street,
on Budley Street.
And it looks like she'll be opening as a Halloween bar, and then reverting to her normal year-round
Got it.
theme. But yeah, so yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of like in a lot of ways a grand opening for them in some facets.
It's exciting. It's really exciting.
Well, let's talk about that. We got the Pioneer Theater Monster Cinema. So are they going to be showing like the old 1930s like Draculas and stuff like that? Do we know what movies are going to be showing?
I don't know what Mr. Bass Knight has on his plate, on his agenda for the movies. But yeah, I mean that the Pioneer Theater has been around since 1918, over 100 years. It's
Right.
It's legendary. I think it's the oldest continuously operating family-owned movie theater in the nation, and it's right here next to you,
Yes.
right here, right next door. You can see it from the window here. And they moved into that building in 1934. So above the entrance and exit doors, you'll see 1918 and 1934 posted above them to commemorate both years. And what was going on at the Pioneer Theater in 1934? I imagine some of those 30s Universal monster classics were going on in there, where they weren't classics then. They were brand new movies. So, it made a lot of sense to make him the Universal monster movie bar. He's got a new bar inside. He's got a bar outside in the Pioneer Garden. I mean, they're doing some great things over there.
They really are. They got a lot of things coming up in the near future that they're doing too. And I can verify that they have shown the original Frankenstein in that theater. My granddaddy, years ago, he was born in the 30s. He said that he remembered seeing Frankenstein in that movie theater and being dropped off by one of his friends, his moms or whatever, back in like the late 30s, and had to walk to Wanchese from the intersection. And he got almost to my grandmother's house, and he heard what was like a horse, like that, and a horse had gotten loose somewhere, and like that. He said it made him think about Frankenstein, and he ran all the way to his house, and he said he slept with his mama for a week. So because he saw Frankenstein at the Pioneer when he was a little boy. So
yeah.
Anyway, so I can confirm that.
Yeah, that's a cool story.
But yeah, so it looks
and we'll have some horses around here. So the ladies, the equestrians around here on the island are going to be doing they're going to be walking around on their horses in downtown doing the Headless Horseman thing like they do every Halloween. So they'll be the 13 nights of Halloween Island. Expect to see those horseback phantoms walking around town. We'll have well, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but just prepared to be spooked.
All right, so be prepared to be spooked, as Gino's saying here. Okay, Gino, we've gone through all the bars. We've talked about the different things that are going to be happening now. Rumor has it that there is a specific brew that is going to be created for this Halloween Island event. Is that somebody lying to me, or is that real?
Nope, that is a real thing.
Okay.
So Mr. Paul Sharon over at Lost Colony Brewery has agreed to brew us our very own Halloween Island exclusive beer. And that beer is the Blonde of Frankenstein. So you can head over to the any of the pages, the social media pages for Lost Colony Brewery or Lost Colony Tavern or any of the or Halloween Island, any of those, and check out the logo for that. It's crazy. You just saw it, right? You just saw the logo.
Yes.
It's insane, right?
Yes, it is.
It's a variation on the Kitty Hawk Blonde, but this is the Blonde of Frankenstein. And everybody's going to want T-shirts of this. We don't know if we're making T-shirts yet, but I'm sure it would be stupid not to.
A limited time only, a limited edition kind of thing. Get yours. You could have one of, I don't know, 500. I'm just throwing a number out there. You could have one, but you better act fast if they decide to make T-shirts. Of course, I'm sure you'll let everybody know, hey, look, we're making a limited quantity of these. If you want one, we're not holding them. We're not reserving them. You better show up to the tavern and get yours to now.
Yep. And so
not today, not tomorrow, but to now.
So the beer that Paul is making is going to only be available for the 13 nights of Halloween Island and only in the 13 bars, the Halloween bars. So, So great collector's item, man.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. It sounds to me like, so Frankenstein was into the blondes. Got it. Okay. I always wondered what kind of women Frankenstein liked, and he liked blondes. Okay. That clears that up. Well, Gino, I'll tell you what, man, you definitely, you always seem to outdo yourself. And I don't mean I don't know how to, that's not meant to be negative or anything. Don't think that at all. But every time I turn around, Gino has definitely stepped it up from the year before or whatnot and has created something great for everybody to do. And I cannot encourage you enough to come out and participate. Again, they're going to do a soft launch on Thursday, October 2nd.
Correct.
And then, a little pre-party for everything. But then the official launch is going to be first Friday, October 3rd. And it's going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday throughout the entire month of October. Of course, I'm going to put links to everything in the description of this podcast. So that way you can click for more information to the Facebook page and whatnot and see all the different things that are going to be taking place. Gino, did we leave anything out? Did we leave anything unsaid, unmentioned? I feel like we got through a lot of it. I
think we talked about almost everything. I mean, all the info is accessible on socials and on the internet.
Okay.
But yeah, if you want to come out and have fun at 13 unique seasonal events and experiences, or come check out 13 spooky shops, or come stay at one of our many 13 Erie Inns. Yeah, check on those promo codes to get a great rate. Come on down and have some fun. And bar crawl your way through 13 individually themed Halloween bars for 13 nights of your October, man. Get out, do something fun. We've also got at the middle of the month, we got the Bluegrass Festival going on that Corey puts on every year. That's always a hoot. So there's something big each of the 5 weekends. Halloween night, obviously the big spectacular, lots of going on the weekend of the 25th. So I was asked yesterday by, I'm not going to say who it is, but it's another one of those surprises of Halloween Island. But he was an actor in some of the Halloween movies.
Okay.
And he's going to be coming in town for the event, and he's trying to decide which weekend to come. So which one would you suggest? And I got to be honest, I cannot figure out which is the weekend to tell him, because there's so many great things, so many fun activities going on. I mean, pick one, come down for the whole month.
Yeah. Spend the whole month here. We can make it work.
It's going to be a good time.
Well, Gino, one last question before I turn you loose. And I know you got a lot going on, people blowing you up. Everybody wants a piece of Gino. When he showed up here to my studio, first he had to talk to Holdy. And I was like, all right, that's cool. And then one of our content managers was like, before you leave, I need you to come see me. And I said, well, hold on. I was like, he's coming to see me before he comes to see you. So, Gino's a hot commodity. But one last question. Do you specifically have any sort of costume attire that you may be bringing out? Have you thought about a costume that you're going to be using? I mean, this is off the cuff. It just hit me like it's hit Gino with this question.
So I only dress in Halloween costumes when I go out with my family on Halloween night.
Okay.
And I say Halloween night. We are not daytime trick-or-treaters.
No daytime trick-or-treaters.
No,
man.
No.
Okay.
We don't trunk or treat. No, we're not.
Okay.
So we're Halloween purists.
Okay.
So we go out in the nighttime and door to door and we do dress as a family.
Okay.
But it always has to be a little creepy. We're not going to go as a ballerina, like maybe a dead ballerina.
Okay.
But
dead ballerina.
Or zombified ballerina. But yeah, so it's,
Okay.
But to work or not.
Okay. I didn't know. I just got to check. Got these questions. Some people, they really grab it. Okay.
They do.
Got
they
it.
do. But I will be in Lederhosen for the 2 weeks of Oktoberfest. So if you want to see me dressed up,
okay,
which you probably don't, but if you do, we'll be in Lederhosen and Dirndls. The whole staff, the whole front of the house staff out there, the entire hospitality team is all decked out in the ladies in their Dirndls and the men in their Lederhosen. And we've got the music going on of Bavaria. We've got the original beers of Bavaria, and as well as Lost Colony Brewery has made an Oktoberfest this year. They've done a Dunkel in previous years. And this year he's made a Martzen. So we're pretty excited about that. Just tapped it. So we're really excited about it. So and of course a special menu of German food that's
okay.
You had it last year.
I did. It was good. It was really good.
So if you really want to see me in a costume, you'll have to get me in during Oktoberfest, not Halloween.
Absolutely. So keep in mind, we got Oktoberfest, we've got Halloween Island, and then you go into what, Prost Colony?
No, that Prost Colony is Oktoberfest. Prost is how you say cheers in Germany, but you're thinking of Frost Colony, which is our this will be our 4th year of that as well. So that's our identity during the month of December.
Okay. Well, just a quick little nod to that. I don't want people to forget about that. Well, Gino, I'm going to let you get on out of here. I appreciate you giving me some time today. Thank you so much.
Man, Justin, it's always such a pleasure to come in here, man. I appreciate you giving me your time and can't wait till the next time.
That's right. Appreciate it, Gino. Being healthy, a goal everyone should have for themselves, and at the Outer Banks Sports Club in Nags Head, it's a goal they take very seriously. Their mission is to help people from all walks of life achieve their personal health and fitness goals. Whether it be to lose weight, get stronger, increase speed and agility, or simply to improve your overall physical and mental health, the Outer Banks Sports Club is the gym for you. They offer the largest and best selection of fitness equipment throughout the Outer Banks, suitable for beginners through top-notch athletes. Visit them online at obxsportsclub.com to see their facility and to get signed up. The Outer Banks Sports Club in Nags Head, proudly keeping the OBX healthy and strong for over 15 years.
Hey y'all, Captain Marty here to tell you that when my friends are in the market for a new boat engine, repair, or repower, I send them to the best in the business, and that's at Ratcliffe Marine in Bellhaven. Ratcliffe Marine is your official Honda outboard dealer. Honda motors are designed to get you on the water fast and get you back to the dock safely and quickly. Ratcliffe Marine is best known as the largest repower center in North Carolina. So when you're in the market for a new motor or you need your Honda service, go to Ratcliffe Marine, 865 Highway 264, Bellhaven.
All right, we're going to jump into some events that are coming up over the next few weeks. And all these events and more can be found online at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. I want to start. I got to give a shout out to the 16th annual Duck Jazz Festival coming up on October 11th and 12th. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, Justin, you said events that are coming up over the next few weeks. Well, I want you to go ahead and make your plans for this one. Go ahead and mark your calendar for October 11th and 12th. Yes, that's going to be happening at the Duck Jazz Festival. Town of Duck brings jazz to the Ducktown Park annually in early October. This event is non-ticketed and free to the public. Food and drinks are available to purchase from town eateries, and chairs are available for rent. Attendees may also bring food, coolers, chairs, blankets, and well-behaved dogs. Please, no beach umbrellas or tents are permitted in the event. And this is a rain or shine event. So each year they hope visitors extend their Outer Banks stay to enjoy jazz-themed events and promotions taking place throughout the Duck businesses and beyond. Visit the Events Around Town page to learn more about about the jazz theme events and celebrations at local business. And this is all online at ducknc.gov. Ducknc.gov. All right. So, I don't know. So I know that there was some discussion about some more Live from OBX shows coming up this fall. Haven't heard anything yet, but the minute I do, I will let you know. I always like to mention the fact that you can come if you're in town on a Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. You can come to McGrath's Burger Shack in Nags Head and do trivia with yours truly, because I enjoy when you come and hang out with me. And I have had some people that have shown up and been like, hey, heard you talk about this on the podcast. Are you Justin? And I'm like, maybe. And they're like, oh, yeah, it's you, because they hear me talk. And then they're like, yep, that's him. So all of you that have came and attended and played trivia with me, greatly appreciate it. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you all again very, very soon. However, if you haven't been yet, you need to do so. That's just something to think about. All right, let's go through these events. And again, all these events I'm talking about can be found online at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. The ESA Surfing Championships are happening. They've been happening all week long. I don't know how much they've been able to get done with the weather the way it's been, but picking up again on Friday morning, September 19th at 8 o'clock in the morning. And also, gosh, Friday's packed. Oh my gosh. Jolly Rogers is looking like it's going to be the spot to be. You got some guy named Joel playing, Steel Country Express playing. You've got family-friendly karaoke starting at 5. There's going to be the Red Drum Shootout in Ocracoke. That's something that people, that Captain Marty, I felt like I should have mentioned it earlier in the podcast. There's been a lot of drum being caught here lately on the beach. You listen to Captain Marty's Fishing Reports, he'll tell you all about it. But I went over to Jeanette's Pier, hung out. My buddy Lee from Teach's Lair, he was down there. Okay, he was at Jeanette's Pier, and I talked to him for a few minutes, man, and I was just watching those guys hooking those drum left and right and hoisting them up over the side of the pier. And they were some fat drum. And I know Lee hates it when I say this, but those big bull drum. Yeah, Lee hates that. But anyway, that's something, again, Red Drum Shootout happening down and starting is from 8 to 5 at down in Ocracoke. That's something that's going on Friday, September 19th. Well, along with a lot of live music, you got stuff going on at Bass Knights, Lone Cedar, Stripers, Buffalo City Distillery. Of course, there's always things going on at the Outer Banks Brewing Station as well. Lots of stuff lined up. You go on into Saturday, September 20th. The ESAs are still going on at Jeanette's Pier. Then live music at Fish Heads, NC Coast, Buffalo City Distillery, as I've mentioned. Oh gosh, they're lined up again at Jolly Rogers. I'm telling you, Jolly Rogers is popping off. Jolly Rogers is really popping off. Quick story. My brother had his birthday a few weeks ago, and I hung out with him early in the afternoon, but then I left and went home. It's just, I don't go out like that anymore. But to make a long story short, I asked him the next day what he did. He's like, man, we started the Tiki Bar in Wanchese, and next thing you know, I'm at Jolly Rogers, and I was having a ball. So there you go. A little endorsement from Dirt at Lost Colony Waterfront Beer Garden on the Manio Nags Head Causeway. Yeah, I'm Dirt's brother. Going on into next week, into Sunday the 21st, it's kind of the same thing. We've got a lot of different live music going on, some different trivia nights that are taking place. Singo's going on at Lone Cedar. We got open mic night and a couple things going on on Monday, September 22nd. Coming on into Tuesday, music bingo at Jolly Rogers. Ride the Wind is going to have a stand-up paddleboard yoga going on. Trivia night at, where is this? Huachaco? Where is this place? It's the I can't even pronounce that. This place is new. I'm not familiar with this place. The Honchaco Lounge. It's in Kill Devil Hills. All right. Curiosity's killing the cat here. What is this place? They are brand new. Peruvian lounge and bar in Kill Devil Hills. Honchaco Lounge. I'm probably Honchaco. I think I'm saying that wrong. Where the vibrant flavors of Peru meet the laid-back spirit of the Outer Banks. It was created as a space to gather, unwind, and enjoy food and drinks that bring people together. They have a marketing interface with us at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. Check them out, Honchaco. I don't think I'm saying that correctly at all, but it's definitely a neat looking place. Back on topic, though. Of course, there's trivia Wednesday nights with me at McGrath's Burger Shack in Nags Head. There's so many different things going on as far as at the Elizabethan Gardens and NC Coast, Fish Heads. You got Jeremy and the Generations. Love Jeremy and the Generations. We're into our typical fall time schedules, though, okay? So that's something to keep in mind. And there's always things to do. There's still like U.S. Wave and Ski Surfing Championship. That's going to be happening starting on Friday, September 26th. At Jeanette's Pier. Friday, September 26th is actually a very special day to me. That will be my son's 11th birthday. So that's going to be something. But again, lots of different things coming on that you can go check out. All of it it's in its entirety at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. I don't believe I forgot anything. I'm pretty sure I got it all. I do want to thank Gino for coming in and talking about Halloween Island. What a fun time that's going to be. If you get a chance to come and experience it, please do so and take it all in. Because I mean, I'm telling you, that's one of the things that people are really trying to do a lot more of is just fun things for the community surrounded, or around a lot of these different activities or different holidays rather. So something to keep in mind. And I appreciate him and all the energy that he's put into helping make Halloween Island something special for everyone. What's up next week on the podcast? We're going to milepost 6 3/4 on the beach road in Kill Devil Hills. We're going to go to the Jolly Roger. Yes, the Jolly Roger. You've heard me talking about the Jolly Roger a little bit in this podcast. It was kind of a little tease as to what I'm going to be doing next week. I'm going to be over at the Jolly Roger hanging out with Andrea and Carol Ann and the crew over there and just try to give you a little bit of an idea of why I say like the Jolly Roger is definitely a place you want to spend your Fridays and Saturday evenings because they have so much happening. It is a wonderful spot. The people there are amazing, and I just love being there. So again, I'm going to go hang out with them, and we're going to talk to Andrea, and we're going to talk to Carol Ann, and whoever else will talk to us at the Jolly Roger. So until then, I'm going to head on out of here. Again, I apologize for not being present last week, but I'm back, baby. I'm back. The Outer Banks This Week podcast, all brought to you by Kelly's Automotive in Manio, online at Kelly'sOBXAuto.com, and it's all powered by Outer Banks Pest Control. Of course, you find them online at OuterBanks-PestControl.com. Have yourself a great, wonderful rest of the week. I'll see y'all again next week. All right, Miss Angie, this one's for you. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, y'all. Take care now. Bye-bye.
This has been another radical edition of the Outer Banks This Week podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe, follow us on social media, and listen every Thursday for a new episode.